This meeting is being recorded.
So, if you observe here, there is a difference for our creation and normal class of int. So, how you are thinking they created a class of int, right? This is how they created, and they created a float, and they created a we have taken string. The string is already taken here, str. How we are taken this? So they've implemented this as a like this. Okay, in this we have a different types of methods, and I'll take list also. A equal to, I'll take list type of a. We are going to get it list. So what does it mean? Class of list, right? Are you getting? So this is not need to say, but how it is internally taking. So if you understood how it is internally taking, so that you will try to get it if you have a doubt, right? So this is how they are taking. So inside this, we have a method called append. How many attributes it will take? First attribute will be self, because it should be interlinked with the list and the class. Then first value or b value. Then if we are going to use that append, how we are going to, we created an object the same way, student or something, the same way we created list, right? Object we created. Then how we are going to access this method? If you want to append, how you are add append a
A
dot
dot
append, right? What does it
yes.
mean? With the object
Object
you are
dot append.
accessing the methods. And how many values it is expecting? 1, 4. Same way, object dot insert, right? How many values it will expect? 1 or 2, right?
Yes.
The same way, but why they created with the smaller letters only? Why they didn't created upper letters? But as you mentioned, first class should be, first letter should be capital letter, right? I mentioned if we are going to create. That is where the difference will come into picture between the inbuilt modules and the customized modules, customized class, right? So they want to segregate the inbuilt classes as well as the customized class. If it is a customized class, we need to create with the capital only. If it is inbuilt one, we are going to get this as a smaller only, right? So if I want to create a class with a string, I can able to create it, right? Using the capital. So that is the reason. I hope you understood this one. If you understood this one, we are the whatever the class we are going to discuss, it will be very easy.
Can you once again tell that why we use that self in
Yeah,
list?
yeah. Self is self is nothing but a list only.
Hmm.
So let's say you and your husband and the kid and the father mother, they are inside your home, right? This
Yes.
is Arya. Okay, this is husband. This is child. This is father. This is mother. And this is your home, right?
Hmm.
So everything is inside the home or no?
Yes.
So you have link between where is your home means my home you will be taking everything first parameter as self, right?
Mm. Okay.
So home is nothing but the identification. So your belongings to this home, right? Then if you are saying where is your home, like I will create one home object here. Okay. So how you will say that where is your home, something like that. So my home at, or my home dot area, I will call like this, right? My home, or my home is at a particular, I belongs to this home, right?
Mm.
I don't know which example do I need to give, but if you understood, that is much more enough. So we are going to bridge a gap, we are going to fill the gap between the methods or attributes, whatever you are taking, it should be linked to the class. Then instead of directly taking home, I can take self.
Okay.
Got it, or should I explain?
Got it.
So self is nothing but a filling the gap between, it belongs to this class, this method belongs to this class, this variable self dot a equal to 10, this variable belongs to this class. Okay.
Mm.
If I'm creating one more class, nested class, other class, then self dot name equal to something like Srikant. Okay. So this self which will treat as a self here for this class, right? This self which will belongs to this class, not this class, right? So whatever the class we are creating above and whatever the self we are taking, basically it is same as self. Okay. So you cannot access the name using this class. Let's say these are nested classes. I'm going to create an h equal to home object. So how can I access this A? Print of h
H dot A.
dot A,
A.
right? I'm going to get it. If there is no error, got error. Self dot A is not defined because we need to take a constructor. That is the reason I've taken here no normal way, without taking any constructor here, without taking any constructor. So we'll discuss what does it mean by constructor, what does it mean, everything. But it is going beyond with these examples. Here we are here, right? So first you need to understand this. Self is filling the gap between this and class. Why? If you want to call using this object, it should, the self should be there. Like I have created student. Okay, I have created student. So the student class only I have created, but I want to call this what function? How can I call this? Using the self s dot greet, right?
Great. Yes.
S dot greet. But where is the matching? Student and the functionality, where is the matching? Is there any matching here? This is the only
Self.
one. This is the only one. Because of this, we are able to call. Are we able to get it?
Yes, understood.
Yes. So what is asking? Greet takes one position argument. Okay. One takes a position argument, but one was given. Are we given anything?
No.
But it is taking as a 1. By default, when you are not giving anything, it will take a self by default, even though you are not able to see it. That is where the connection will come here. How we are going to call? With the help of the self only. And if you are creating an object, then by default, it will take a self as a first parameter because of this connection. Even though if you are not able to see, this is the one. Even though you are not able to see it, but it will take the self by default. That is the connection between the class and the object. Okay, I hope you got it right.
Yes.
So this is where this is only because of this you can able to call this function. And self is the fixed one. In Python, there is no fixed one except the keywords. Except the keywords, there is no fixed one. Okay. So if I'm taking the self, will it pass now? Right? This is pass. And the same stuff, I'll comment this one. Instead of self, I will take something. Will it pass? Same. So what you need to understand? I will take my name, Srikant. Will it pass? Yes. Right? So the self is not a fixed variable or fixed one. Whenever you are creating an object, by default, it will take inside the self, and whatever the methods you are taking, by default, the first parameter, whatever you are giving, let's say you are giving values. Okay. For example, you forgot creating an self, giving an self, but you given values a comma b comma c. Then how many values I need to give here? Like I will print or return. I've already return a plus b plus c. Okay. So how many values you think I have to give here?
3 values.
3 values. Let's say I've give 1 comma 2 comma 3. So what am the error I'm going to get now? Takes 3 position arguments only. But how many taken?
4.
So where is the 4? Are we able to see 4?
No, self.
Self. But here which one is considering as a self? A is considering as a self.
Mm.
Okay. So A is considering as a self. Then it will consider as A. So now it will become how many values?
4 values.
4 values. Right? So if we give like this, what is the error we are going to get? Self is addable. No,
No.
right? Object, how class will be added? Those with the help of the dunder methods or magic methods we can add. So will it be work now? Let's say only B and C, because A will be considered as self, and
Self.
we are giving only B and C, and we are going to print it. Am I getting? Even though it is expecting 3 values, but we were given only 2 values. So because first value always will be considered as self. And these are the mistake commonly beginners will do. So don't, I hope you understood the self, right? Saujanya? Arya?
Yes. Yes, understood.
Okay. So when you are creating a class, the self should must be taken. Okay.
Okay.
So this is nothing but a self. Self which will represent the current object. Which will represent the current object. So whatever the object we are taking here, this will be the current object. Self, whatever the invisible, here it is invisible, right? Invisible. Whatever invisible, which will represent the current object only. Current object. So if I'm taking S1, which one it will take? Consider this one, right? Is this a one?
Mm,
Current object.
yes.
Current object. Object means whatever we are going to create. So current object means current class. So current class means this one. And current class, how many values it is taking by default? Whatever the values it is expecting. Like we are calling this method. So this self which will goes to here and current object is nothing but a current class, and from current class this is the method we are calling, and how many values it is expecting? Self, and three values, two values. That is how it will work. Got it?
Yes.
Self is used to, got it, or you have any doubt, Arya?
No, understood.
I mean,
So,
I explain the
once
flow how it will be.
once we define S1, then again we can take the S object also. No, S object will be already present.
Yeah, S object already present. We can use
Okay,
as many object I want. I
okay.
can.
So it will be different entities like that.
Yeah, different instances or entities or, so as I mentioned, with your blueprint of house, I can build in Bangalore, I can build in Karnataka or Telangana, Hyderabad, right? Those are different instances,
Mm. No,
right?
understood.
I can create as many as objects I want. So self is to access each and everything. So if I'm creating a self, that will access the attributes. We can access the attributes and we can call the methods also using the self. Okay.
Okay.
So then I can go for the which, maybe I can go for the self completed constructor. I can go for the constructor. What does it mean by constructor? Class, I'll take constructor in it. This is nothing but a method only, but uh, this is nothing but a special method. I mean to say special method. This is nothing but a special method. So whenever we are creating an object, by default it will initialize the object. By default it will initialize the object. I will explain you what does it mean. For example, I'll take student, okay, def normal. I will create one functionality. Create of self, comma a, comma b. Okay. Then I will return, or I'll print it directly. Print of this is greet function. This is greet function which will which will ins- ins- which will call only if we it will execute only if we call. This is what I'm going to print it, or I'm not required of any values. Then I will create one object, student of, right? So when I print it, when I run this, greet will be automatically executed 165. Is greet executed?
No,
No, right? How it will execute?
we have to call that function s dot greet.
How? S dot
Greet.
S dot greet. So now it will print the value. We got? Then I will create one. One. Oh, lost the power. Okay, I lost the power. Okay, but I'll create init. Init is nothing but a initialize. Which one it will take as a first parameter?
Self.
Self. Then I will print this. I will print this. This is a init function which will execute automatically when we create the object. That's it. When we create the object, by default it will be created. So I need to print. Yeah, I'm creating an object. So is this executed? Did I call this one?
No.
Did I call? No, right? So constructor is nothing but if you want to initialize, let's say you initialize or you open the particular application. Okay, let's say it is a chat GPT, or let's say you opened your banking application, or let's say whatever you opened. Okay, let's say you open your laptop or you open your mobile. What it will take? First and foremost thing is the class. It means your operating your application is open or your mobile is open. What does it mean? It means you created an object. The object was created. When the object was created, what will happen? Constructor will be executed automatically, right? So when you turn on the laptop, what does it mean? It is the programming, right? Everything is a programming, right? So when you log into your banking or when you log into your something, it is nothing but a creation of object. So what will happen when the object is created? By default, constructor will be executed. So what is the constructor will do? It will initialize the name. It will initialize. It will fetch your. It will initialize your name, surname, location, bank details, salary. Sorry, bank current bank balance, and everything which is related to you, right? Or if I want to initialize the call, let's say self dot name equal to Srikanth. Okay, self self dot age equal to 28. Then self dot greet. This is nothing but a normal greet. This is nothing but a normal. Okay, but I will give a greet here. Okay, first of all, let me comment this. So how can I access this self dot name? I just want to show whether these are executed. by directly or no? Age. When I'm creating an object, are these executing? By default, these are executing. Name and what is it? So name and age are executed or no?
Yes.
By
Execute.
default, whatever the variables we are going to give inside this constructor, everything will be initialized automatically when we create an object. That is what you need to understand. But the methods, everything will not be until and unless we are going to call. But how application will be initialized, how application or how authentication will be initialized, everything. Like when you open application, how everything will be initialized suddenly. Not only your variables, right? Not only your variables, not only everything, right? But how everything will be initialized, that is where the constructor will be executing all the functionalities like this, like this. Like I will give something like function function name. Here I'll give a function name. So the constructor, like the function we are going to create a value. If I are going to create a function, how many values it is expecting? Let's say if it is this function, how many values we are expecting? Two values, right?
Yes.
Two values. The same way, instead of here, we are going to create inside the constructor, and the constructor, how many values it is expecting, we need to give while we are creating an object. So how many values it is expecting now? Student. The student class, how many values is expecting now?
One value.
Only one. Self is by default it will be there, right?
Yes.
So what is the value I'm going to give? Let's say I'm going to give something like Srikanth. Okay. So Srikanth, it will take this function. Sorry, I have to take here greet, right? Because this is the variable I have taken here. These are the names. These are the names we are going to take. Okay. So if I'm going to give these particular things or whatever the name which I'm going to give, it will be come here and it will be executed. Sorry. Because of this function we need to give. Anyway, why I need to give nothing. Function. This is futuristic. This is nothing. These things will be discussed in a inheritance. This is nothing but a has a relationship. We have two topics: has a relationship and a is a relationship in a inheritance topic, along with a single, multiple, multi-level inheritance. So we are going to discuss that in a inheritance topic. This is very advanced till as of now. So first of all, you need to understand what is this and how this constructor will be executed and how many values if we want to give to initialize object, that is totally depending on where constructor only. Okay, if I'm taking and whatever the values we are going to take here, these are the values self dot name and the age. Whatever the values we are initializing, these are the things we need to take here. I name and the age, right? So these will be initialized, right? It will be printed. Now how many values I need to give?
Two values.
Two values, right?
Yes.
And something like 28. So do I need to call anything? Nothing, right? No need of calling anything. By default, it will be initialized, right? But the same thing, the same stuff I can take like this also. I know the values. I don't want to take values from the input, from the user. I don't want to take any values from the user. But I know the values. You know the values directly. Okay. Then instead of name, I can take like this. Shrikant and 28. Right? Do I need to give the values now? And do I need to take here like a name and age? Right? I know the values directly. Right? Let's say I will create one function of a comma b. Here I need to take a values. Right? So let's say return a plus b. Right? A plus b. Then if I want to call this function, I need to give two values. Right? Right or no? Respond.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
same function, I know the values already. 10 plus 20. Do I need to give the values here? Do I need to give values A and B?
No.
Right?
No.
By default,
Not
we are going to get the values. The same way, name and age, if you don't know the values, and user, while you are creating an object, while you are creating an object, you are asking the user to give a input, right? User to ask the give an input, then only you can give the values. So do I need to give the values now? Because these values are already there. No need of giving a value. By default, it will be executed. But I don't know the values. Name, comma, age. I don't know the values. The user need to give. Then I need to initialize like this. This is nothing but a initialization. This is nothing but a we are linking between the age and linking between the uh, class and the object, and these are the names which you are going to give. These are the values which you are going to give, and these values whatever you are giving, the values will be stored inside this variable or attributes. Okay, this is the main value you are going to give. This will be stored inside this, and this is the final value you are going to get. Like x equal to 10 you are giving, x equal to 10. This 10 will be stored inside this x. So if you want to print it, are you going to print 10 or x?
X.
X only, right? You are going to print 10. I mean x only. The same way, the values you are taking here, you have to print with these values only. This is nothing but a 10 and this is nothing but a x. How we are going to access that values? With the help of self.name, self.age, or whatever the things you have. Whatever the things. It is nothing but attributes only. But we are adding one self to attach, to link object as well as a class. These are nothing but a name equal to something like Srikanth only. Something like Srikanth only. But this name is directly, where is the link between the class and this one? There is no link, right? That is the reason we are going to take self dot name. Then we have to access these variables with the help of the here this one only, not this one. The same example I gave it, right? X equal to 10, you have to access with the help of the x only, not 10. Okay, got it?
Yes.
So I will give name Srikanth and 28, and here Arya 28 and Saujanya 28. I'm creating how many objects now? So if I want to, the Arya, you asked the question, right? How can I access this current object, right? So if I want to get your name, how can I get your name?
S1 S1 dot name.
Print of S1 dot name, right?
Yes.
Comma, then age
S
S1 dot age.
age.
I'm able to get it along with the constructor will be executed, right? If I comment this, I will get only Arya 28, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, Saujanya, if you want to get that, how you will get it? S2
S2 dot.
name, comma, S2 dot age, right? And if you observe, how many times the object was created? 3 times. And how many times the constructor will be executed? First one, Srikanth, Arya, and Saujanya, right? So the how many times the constructor will be executed per object? Only one time per object.
Mhm.
Got it? Same as variable, we are going to take a self, but it is nothing but a which will pointing to the current object.
Mhm.
Got it? And
Yes.
this is very important, and this is very why I'm repeating every time, to understand, to inject your these terms into your brain so that there will not be any doubts. You understood about the self,
Yes.
you
Understood.
understood about the constructor, class, object, and what is, how can I access, how can I call methods, what does it mean by attributes, methods, and self, and object, constructor, everything you understood as of
Yes.
now?
Yes. Understood.
Saujanya?
Yes.
Okay. Then we are going to discuss about different types of methods. What are the methods we have? Uh, then we can proceed from the next class. Okay.
Okay.
We already just we covered only the top layer of the ocean. Okay.
Okay.
Chalo. If you have any doubts, let me know.
Nothing as of now. You can give questions. We will try
Okay.
to.
Okay. We'll give.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.